Oh, well, that's working. I was wondering where all the cables were for my piano. They were in the next room, under a bunch of blankets. I had recently migrated that thing back from the other room here. Hey, Oki. Hey, Dave. Getting the bed ready for me. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why I upgraded the size, right? So that way I could have that side, you could have that side, and your wife will be like, what the fuck? I got a fold out chair. So, but Cat might take that. Right, Berta? Right? Yeah, that's right. There it is. Go get it. Want the big one? Here. Little girls love jewelry. Hey, Bev. Or Bevy. Beverly. I know you hate it when we call you Bev. But too bad, right? Because it's a very difficult hemp to break. So, just lurking while, yeah. I saw that you were on BG3. I was almost tempted to be like, hey, stream for me while I do nothing. Then I was like, I don't want to do nothing, you know? Okay, now we're going to do some, BL3 tonight. I ended up playing retro stuff instead. BL3. BL? BL. Black Label. Borderlands. Oh, yeah. Uh, when I got back home, uh, and Discord loaded up, I saw that, Oki was in there. I ended up playing retro stuff instead. Well, well, tonight was a whole bunch of, or today. I mean, it was all day. So this morning, woke up rather early for a weekend where I don't have to work. That being Sunday, and first thing that I did was, what did I do, Berta? Yeah, first thing that I did was catch some videos on YouTube, watched a movie reaction, and then I carved up some cardboard boxes, tossed those out into the garage, and opened up the window downstairs and threw out all of my old bed frame stuff, which was all made of wood. So I got all that taken outside, went to the gas station, filled up a tank. Yeah, it sounds like a busy day. It wasn't really busy. I mean, the day was filled. Like, there wasn't really any negative time today. Like, there wasn't a point of today where I didn't really do anything except for like when I was watching some streams. Um, and that's when I was just like relaxing, if anything. Yeah, Berta right there. Um, but yeah, cut up some boxes, threw my old bed stuff out. I still have the mattresses in here because Berta likes to climb that stuff. I'll get rid of it like next garbage day, like Thursday probably. And yeah, I went out to go get some gas for the mower, and then I started burning stuff. That fire got really hot and very high, like dangerously high. The neighbor has a tree that that is so large that it's over my property as well, and it's right above the fire pit. And I was almost kind of worried that I might have set the fucking tree on fire, uh, because especially of how hot it is at the moment. Temperatures are supposed to come down tomorrow, from what I understand. So, but nonetheless, I got that. I had that fire going, mowed the yard, burned more shit, sweat my ass off doing all of it because of how fucking hot it is outside. Um, had some water when I came back in, and just did a whole bunch of nothing. Um, and then my friend Kara, uh, she's going through some shit. So yesterday when I found out about it, I gave her a call. I was like, "Hey, do you want to hang out?" She's like, "Yeah, but probably not until tomorrow, as in today." And we agreed, yeah, we'll hang out like after 2 o'clock. I'll introduce her to an anime. We'll watch a couple episodes. She'll show me a couple episodes of one of her favorites, and just chill out and stuff, which is good. Kara's always a good buddy that I can come back to every once in a while and feel comfortable. Uh, One of the very few female friends that I have where it's like, okay, yeah, there was quite certainly an attraction when I first met her, but I mean, obviously, I I would have not been able to make this woman happy if we ever were together. Um, but she knows, deep down I care for her greatly. She is a pretty good friend. But yeah, she's going through some shit. She's uh feeling sad at the moment. Uh, as she's going through a slow breakup, so to say. And I kind of know what that's like. Kinda. Certainly not the same situation that she's going through, but I know what slow breakups are like. Especially when after having a really good introductory period in a relationship and it starts to just kind of like mellow out and you go from a romantic couple to just like being friends and it just feels fucking weird. So anyway, we went out to an Indian restaurant, got some curry, delicious as always. I fucking love Indian curry. The restaurants here in town, they make some good shit. In downtown Bloomington, they have a place called Rice and Spice. That's where I like to go. And I always have to compliment them every time they bring out the curry. I let them know I love this stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you've never had curry. It's too spicy for kiddies. You would never even lick it. I'd have to trick you into having it. Yeah. You want to come up here? Yeah. You've been a good girl, Bird. I'm gonna give you a snack. You want a snack? You want to get a snack? Want a treat? Gravy? Want gravy? I'm gonna get her a snack. I'll be right back. Come on. Oh, I gotta wash the dish out. All right, watch out for the chair. Good girl. A treat. Come on. All right. Well, there's nothing in there yet. I got it right here. Gravy. It's gravy. Gravy. You love gravy. Yeah, it's all slimy and smelly. You'll love it. All right. So, yeah. So my buddy Kara and we went out to eat. Now it's just I wasn't trying to like fill her day with a whole bunch of friends. I just wanted to have like a one-on-one time. I wasn't like planning on inviting anybody out or anything. And we usually just have like one-on-one conversations and stuff. But yeah, we went out to eat. That was good. And yeah, afterwards we went to the local game store, like tabletop RPG and board game and card game store. She looked at a bunch of Magic cards, and I was browsing the RPGs. I didn't end up buying anything. I was thinking about it. Like I'm always thinking about it when I go to the game store. Like, is there going to be something that really stands out to me that I will actually purchase this time? Yeah, not. That wasn't the case. It didn't end up being that. Instead, it took a huge dump in the bathroom. But after we left, drove on back to her place. I showed her I showed her a couple episodes of Record Lotus War. I'm surprised she had never seen it. Out of the 10 years that we've known each other, almost, I had like never brought it up once, apparently. It's very strange considering it's my favorite anime of all time. And yeah, watched first two episodes of that. And then she showed me the first two episodes of No Game No Life because surprisingly, I have not seen that either. Actually, there's a lot of anime that I have not seen. But that was like one that I was like getting around, that I was about to get around to actually watching, and it just didn't happen. As like my fallout with anime happened mostly during the early 2000s, early to mid 2000s, and that's when a lot of Japanese anime tropes started to like really find their way into shows, and then I was like, not as invested anymore. Like the narrative took a back seat to a bunch of characters winking at the camera and saying, "Anime trope." Not literally, but it's just like how it fucking feels. Like too many whiny characters, too many bossy characters, too many things that you would expect to see in just a shit anime, in my opinion. Um, or something without substance that tries to be too philosophical, like it thinks it's smarter than it actually is. But no, so watched a couple episodes of each, and then we made a few batches of chocolate chip cookies. That turned out good. Got a bag of them upstairs, brought some home. And yeah, we just like talked about relationship stuff mostly. Because like her relationship's falling apart. Like it's not falling apart, it fell apart. It fell apart. Like she had a boyfriend that she was dating, or that not just dating, but they were together. The They were together for quite a while, for over 10 years. Somewhere between like 10, 15 years. And yeah, I guess our boyfriend decided, you know what? I'm going to transition into a woman. And my friend was all on board with that, but she's not attracted to that. And it's like, hey, I got to let you know, this isn't my thing. I am going to ask that we don't have this relationship anymore. So that's ended. He or they are moving out, but it's going to take a while. Fortunately, though, my buddy is self-sufficient, like another person that I know, and like she got her house on her own. She works a job that pays very well for her position, and yeah, it's not going to affect her financially. If anything, it might actually save her some money, because she was also like taking care of him, or yeah, he had a job, but didn't really make all too much, paying off student debts and stuff. So my friend's gonna be fine. She's just had a case of the lonelies, and it sounded like just hanging out with her was a good thing for her, for both of us, really. I don't spend enough time with this friend, but it's good that she just lives effectively down the street from me. You know, like a good 5 miles down the street, but same town, so that's good. Very simple trip. And yeah, that just has me thinking about relationship stuff. You know, that same shit that I'm always talking about. Like, when's it gonna be my turn, you know? Uh, I don't know. I've been thinking about going to different bars here in town. I mean, it is a college town. I mean, we got two universities and a community college. And I've been thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll just go to the places that I never go to. Because I'm sure as hell probably not going to find anybody who's into the same things that I'm into and organically meet them that way. Because if I do, that girl's already taken. And there's nothing that I could say or do to put up a fight and convince her that I would be a better fit. I mean, I'm much older than uh I'm like twice the age of women who are interested in the things that I like. And they probably already have somebody or otherwise are not interested in guys like me. Uh so I'm thinking about leaving my comfort zone and going to places like the last places that I'd ever go to, bars. So I'm thinking, maybe this week after work, I'll or I'll like come home, play with the cat a little bit, change my clothes, go out to a bar, get some wings. Dude, don't sell yourself short. Charisma skills 10/10. Uh no, my charisma's not that high, man. No, if anything, my charisma is probably my dump stat. You don't so here's the thing. Like I might come off as very likable online, and people might like my voice and everything. But the moment you're within my presence, like I give off this aura of disgust. I would say of all of the friends that I have, I'm probably the one who's listened to the least. Um, Dom certainly has way more charisma than me. A much more enjoyable person to speak with. Um, I don't know. I feel like either I don't have high charisma or I just don't have high respectability. Not in person. Online, it's different. In person, I'm I'm only liked, of course, by my friends. I can't really say that maybe about my coworkers. I feel like I'm more tolerated. I'm a different person when I'm at work. Uh, Confidence? Yeah, dude, I don't have any. I fucking lost that ages ago. Good girl, Berta. She's climbing the mattress right now. Good girl. Hi. Hello. Anyway, back to me. This is my show, not hers. Yeah, I mean, you got to have confidence. And if you don't have confidence, it's not going to happen. So it's not going to happen. I want it to happen, just like how I want confidence. I don't have confidence in myself or my skills. All my skills have waned, and I really don't feel like I have the time or patience to relearn all the things that I learned. All the shit that I do know is all effectively useless knowledge, and it's not like I'm gonna impress anybody out there um, talking about Final Fantasy VI or Godzilla. Yeah, you got to build it, dude. I don't build shit. I tear stuff down. Yeah, all they can say is no. Well, exactly. All they can say is no. That's how simple it is. Um, I find a fucking joke what Thaddeus did. How selfish it was. Uh, Kira's former boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, spending all of that time with her, and she's a magnificent woman. Just like she talks all day. Like seriously, you're a good-looking dude. You got more charisma than you think. Thank you, Faf. I don't see that though. Um, and I show you guys like the type of person that I want to show you. Just like how when I do go out and I do, if I do talk to women, I try to show them the person that I think that they want to see. But it's like, I know women go for the assholes, but I can't be an asshole like that to strangers, especially. We are our hardest critics. Yeah, we are our worst enemies and our biggest judges against ourselves. All right. Um, no, but I find these situations like upsetting and unfair and fucking selfish when there are two people in a relationship for over a decade and one of them just all of a sudden has a moment of crisis and believes that their only solution is to have a sex change. It's like, okay, I can understand people with body dysmorphia. Like if it's a legit thing that they believe that needs to be correct adjusted for them to feel correct, that's understandable, right? Like I find that shit unnatural and it certainly puts me off. Not to say that I'd be against going out with someone. I have to be 100% convinced. But like I'm not a liberal really in any way. Very conservative. But I'm willing to give people certain um, willing to give people benefit of the doubt. No, that's the wrong term. Um, beside that though, what was I saying? I was saying, just yeah, when you've been in a relationship for so long, you've been in a relationship like that for so long, and then all of a sudden you make that change, and it's like, well, the only way to fix what's wrong with me because I'm going through a midlife crisis is to have a sex change. And if you feel that you need to do it, great. Go do it because that might be the only thing that actually does help you. If you don't do it, you'll probably end up killing yourself. We don't want that happening. But it's like, this is the person who got the girl, and they're giving that up. And somebody like me will be like, this is all I've ever wanted. Like, the one thing that I want, can't fucking get it. Right? I'm not as angry at my friends, either of the two. Uh, well, no is the correct answer if she's crazy. People are lighting fireworks a little too early. But yeah, dude, like that just fucking seems unfair and I mean because it is, but you can't do anything about that. It's just like the fucking cosmic joke, you know? Just go for one match your own. It'd be cool to find a woman who's like in the lore crafting and world building and wanting to uh wanting to do the same stuff that I want to do. That seems like it's impossible. Yet it's funny, like I have met female authors before. Like I don't think any of you guys know this, but I do have like a deviant art that I've had for I don't know, 20 years. I don't use it anymore. I haven't used it in God fucking knows how long, like 15 years or so. Um, but like I've met like female artists and authors and shit through there, and they're all cool people. Um, but yeah, I mean these are always like people that are scattered across the world. Pretty difficult to find one local. I don't think there's anybody like that in this town. We have a lot of people that live here. I mean, we're two very large towns. And again, two universities, community college. A lot of people come here. A lot of people live here. I don't know. I'm just pretty certain that the head of this screwdriver is broken, is what I'm certain. Just toss that over there. What is it? Yeah? 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 Let's see what she's up to. What are you doing over there? What's going on? What is it? Do you want to come down? Want to come on the bed? Want to go onto the bed? This. Want this? Yeah, I see you looking at it. Kitty cats love jewelry. That's why I got you this. This is one of your favorite toys. Because you love shiny metal. Are you sure you're not a fish? What if I got you a spoon, but like no hooks? You might like that. Where's it going? All right, that's enough for her. Oh. I'm just like filled with doubt all the time. A lot of self-doubt. A lot of feelings of unworthiness. Um, Not being able to um, not being able to perform or provide in the way that other people can. I think you come from the deep south. Oh, oh, Berta, are you okay? You came down there pretty quickly. You should have just jumped on the bed. Come on. Just come up here. Yeah. Well, that's what this little kitty cat does. I mean, she's a handful sometimes, but she keeps me together. Um, so I often compare myself to other guys. And I know how people say, like, oh, you should never compare yourself to others. Okay, it's fine that you say that and all. But it's like, you haven't compared yourself to anybody else before, ever? No? I know a lot of people um, will have moments of self doubt. I just have it almost all the time. And when I'm at work, uh, like, because I work with a bunch of women, when there are no patients at work, and they're like, oh, is anybody else here? No? All right, well, let's talk like girls. Um, the shit that they'll say. One of them, who is soon to be married, will often pull out her phone and like get the attention of the other girls and be like, check out this guy that I met last night on Tinder. And it's like, we're gonna hook up tonight. And then like the next day she'll talk about how like, they fucked each other's brains out and stuff like that. And it's like, girl, you're getting married in less than 2 months. And she's like, I don't give a shit. My fiance and I are in an open relationship. We know what we're doing. It's like the moment the ring comes on that finger and like the marriage is final, that's when I'm gonna stop, is what she says. It's like, okay, well, I mean, I'll believe her until it falls apart, if it ever does. I mean, if the dude was a man, he would have stopped that shit right away. Because from what she says, he doesn't do shit. He's not seeing anybody. He's not like going out with anyone. But apparently he's cool with all this. I would not have been cool with that. No way. Um, but yeah, it's like when she's always talking about like a guy that works next door or some dude that she met at a bar, like working at a bar or at restaurants or whatever, or some fucking asshole walking down the street, or somebody that walks into the store. It'll always be a taller, more attractive, physically fit person. And it's like she probably doesn't realize it by saying that type of stuff, but it does hurt my feelings. Like I have no attraction to this person, but the way they act, the way they talk about, the way she talks about these guys, it's like I know that nobody talks about me. Hey, Jaime, how's it going? Just giving the world my woe is me bullshit. Uh, and it's like for these guys, like how can I not compare myself to them if if they get all of this attention, or if they do get this attention, and it's not, yeah, venting. And I mean, it is venting. It's like, how can you not compare yourself to these guys? It's so difficult to not compare yourself. It's so difficult for me to not compare myself, I should say. I have no clue how you guys cope with that shit. I know, I just wish I could have settled down a long time ago. It's like women have biological clocks, but men sort of too. And I feel like mine's run out. Or if it hasn't, it's close to it. I can only imagine myself like in another 9 years from now, I'll be turning 50 and like, yep, still alone. Yep, never compare with someone else. Again, it's easy to say, and it's even easier for somebody who probably doesn't have to. But it's like something I think about a lot. Messy separation, she got the kids taken, fought for them. State took them. Oldest son passed from an OD. Yeah, I believe I've heard about that. Uh, I've heard you mention some of that stuff before, I think, Faf. Sorry all that stuff happens. That is messy. I don't think I'm supposed to be alone. And I don't want to be alone. It's a different journey for everyone. I haven't been able to have children. I'm about to be 10 years married. And then I see people that don't even want kids getting even more kids. Yeah, dude. You know, like every day, you hear about husbands beating the shit out of their wives and shit like that. It's like, seriously, these are the guys that win? These are the guys that are able to just find someone and get them like it's going to a vending machine and inserting $1 and getting a soda. Uh, yeah, dude, Faf, that's how it is for me. That's why a lot of times when I like feel sad, it's because I'm lonely. But all the drama that comes with all that almost killed me once. Should have killed me, so no, I ain't repeating that mistake. Eh. I'm not crying into the camera and saying like, "Oh, I need somebody. Where are they? Where are they?" I'm trying to just explain like where a lot of my feelings of loneliness comes from. It's like I have my friends, but none of them can fill that slot, that empty part of my life where that loneliness comes from. I don't have the confidence or I don't have the self-confidence or feelings of self-worth throughout through the years of both self and perceived negativity that I've had reinforced upon me. I believe all the terrible things that I've told myself about myself to go out there and find someone. And even if it's not negative reinforcement, I certainly don't think that I am like if it came down to me having to take care of somebody who couldn't take care of themselves, it would probably be a real fucking struggle. And if I would be struggling doing so, then all I can do is compare myself to others who can't and then come to the conclusion that I am the worst choice. And so I can't find anybody. And then that's just more loneliness. And then when I do try to surround myself with people to like not feel lonely, it just makes me feel even more lonely. Dude, my friends are my friends because we all have similar or the same interests, right? Outside of that, no. Like I'm just another fucking schmo out there, and I've got no one else to talk to. Um, so if I go to a place like if I go to the bar, if I go to Western or whatever, I'm surrounded by either a bunch of middle-aged folks or older, somewhere between middle age and senior citizen, hanging out at the bar, people that probably fucking chain smoke all the time. And they got nothing going on with themselves. I have nothing in common with them. And all the younger people, they're always like shooting pool and stuff. And I mean, I suck at pool. I'm not saying that I won't play it, but it's like all the women who are of similar age, like they are always there with boyfriends or husbands. So I'm not going to do anything about that. But I'm surrounded by people who are not like-minded. And that makes me feel more lonely. And then when I go out to places and I see couples, and that just makes me feel upset or angry towards myself. Because I feel like I didn't do it on purpose, but I certainly passed by the time of my life where I was supposed to learn all of these things. All right. Keep digging, you'll find her. She might not be perfect, but she'll be perfect for you. Jaime says, let me take a shower and come back. And Faf, said, only reason I'm mentioning my shit is that I understand what you're feeling. Dude, yeah, Faf, you and I are very similar people. I just don't have the hair. You got a few more years on me. Just a few more. You know, the time I get messed up is when I dream about having someone and then wake up and there's no one there. Dude, I have the same fucking things too. Like I've been diagnosed with severe depression and anxiety, manic episodes, and I'm bipolar as well. None of that sounds attractive. But what was I going with this? Oh, because of my bipolar disorder, I'll often find days. I mean, I have more ups than I do downs, and my ups are just me being normal, me being high functioning. My downs though are pretty nasty, for me anyway. I become very negative and sulking and sad, and like on the worst days are the days where like maybe an hour into after waking up, something will trigger a memory, will trigger a dream that I had, and then all of a sudden I'll become hysterical and just start fucking bawling my eyes out. Usually it's stuff about my dad. Like I'll dream about my dad and how much I miss him, and how when he died I never got to say goodbye because he died far away. He was living out in Belgium at the time. Got crushed by a forklift at work. It's usually when I have dreams about my dad and I'll wake up and then like an hour later something will trigger that like a memory of that dream I had, and then all of a sudden I'll become really sad. And then when I do become sad, then I'm not productive. I'm not high functioning. And when I become hysterical and like I break down, that'll last for a little bit. And once that's over, my brain shuts off. I go on autopilot. Um, I become unemotional, detached from everybody. I speak very monotone and emotionally unresponsive. And that'll take a while to get over. Sometimes it takes a day. Yeah, loneliness and abandonment issues. What I have. I have abandonment issues because it feels like at some point everybody leaves. It's like when I was a little kid, everything was great. And then dad leaves when I'm like 7 or 8 years old. My brothers, like I'm growing up with my brothers, but they're 5 and 6 years older than me. The moment they hit high school, my ass was left behind. My mom was always trying to find a new guy to go date, so she was hardly ever home at night after work. My brothers were hanging out with their friends somewhere else. So I was at home all the time. I was at home with the Super Nintendo and HBO. So video games and movies became my best friends. They're the ones who raised me. And yeah, and because I knew a lot about video games and movies, I became one of those nerdy outcasts in school. And the only ones that I could impress were others like myself. I felt very alone then. And then, like, my best friend that I did have at that time, like, when I like turned 16, he got some new friends. I went to his house one day. He has his friends over, and they fucking kicked my ass out of his house. Like, and he let them. He was there. Just decided, well, I'm not his friend anymore. So they fucking threw me out. And then I no longer had my best friend anymore. After near the end of my schooling, moved around a bunch. So I never like graduated. I got my good enough diploma. But that's when I like got into fast food. And I mean everything was great for a few years. I had my own restaurant 3 years in, less than 3 years in. And yeah, then I had staff that was stealing from me, so I fired them all. I had no more managers to run my shit, so it was just me. I would try asking for help. Um, I was just a general manager, part of a franchise, so I had a boss. And I was trying to ask him for help, ask the other locations out there for assistance. I couldn't get any. I was running the entire show, uh, from open to close, from 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. And then I'd sleep on the floor of my office for 3 hours, and then I'd wake up and do it all over again. Did that for more than a week. I didn't get the help that I needed, so I started bringing my personal life into work. That got me in trouble, and eventually I left that job. Um, had a roommate in the late 2000s. He was a really good friend, but he was a real piece of shit. Uh, he does something heinous, lies about it. I believed him at first, and then I found out the truth from a neighbor. And then he took off. Yeah, Jaime's back. And and then I do meet somebody organically through a board game meetup where I would every Wednesday I'd go to a Denny's after work, and I'd hang out with a bunch of people, do board game stuff. And this one girl showed up, liked her instantly. And yeah, I had confidence. And I thought things were going great because, like, the night she showed up, I was like, hey, you want to go for a walk around the block and just, like, talk to each other? And she was like, yeah, like, that sounds like a great idea. And we did. Oh my God. Like, not only did I instantly like her, but she was also agreeing to my suggestions. It's like, all right, here's somebody who like is getting along with me, and maybe there's something, maybe there's something here. Like, I'll play it out. I'll play the game. And we ended up doing like everything together. Um, we would hang out after work, go to restaurants, uh, go to the store. We had to go to the gym together, watch movies together. I mean, we did like go to the game store together. We did everything together. Played board games together. Just, it was perfect. It was almost like having an actual girlfriend. Almost. Except we weren't in a relationship. And yeah. I don't know. I probably fucking told you guys about this stuff before. Where, like, she was saying, oh, yeah, well, I want to tell you something. And she's like, tell me. So there's this guy that I like. And his name's Mike. She's telling me. And it's like, well, my name's Mike. Maybe she's talking about me. She's telling me this like she's really shy. And she's confessing something. And she goes on to talk about how nice and wonderful this person is. But after listening to more of it, she's actually describing somebody else. And yeah, when I try to insinuate that, maybe it's me, right? Like, maybe you like me or something. Trying to put the idea in her head that I'm the guy that she's actually talking about. She's like, "Oh no, you're not attractive." And that was the fucking sword that went right through me, right through my ego. Fucking killed my confidence, my self-confidence. Sometimes a good friendship is better to stay like that in case one of the parties is maybe not wanting something more than a friendship. No, the thing is, she was looking. She was looking for a relationship. She just didn't want it in me. Like, she just wanted me as a friend. I did not want her as a friend. I wanted to be with her. I wanted to be her boyfriend. I wanted her to be my girlfriend. She didn't feel the same way. She was always looking for somebody else, but hanging out with me, that didn't feel good. But we remained friends. And then, like, a year later, uh, or within a year's time, uh, she's telling me that she's talking to somebody else. And I was like, whatever happened to that Mike guy? And she's like, oh, turns out I didn't like that guy. And I'm like, well, I'm right here. Right here. I'm right here. She doesn't see it. Instead, there's somebody that she knew before. He's back in town. And she's thinking about meeting up with him. Turns out this guy um, enlisted in the Navy. He's going to be stationed somewhere around Seattle. And shortly after getting back together with this dude, he proposes to her, and she says yes. And then the two of them fuck off to Washington. It's like, well, I should have saw something like that coming a mile away. I guess I meant nothing. But perhaps I did. Because a couple of years later, this is maybe a lot like 3 or 4 years ago, she calls me up and she calls me up out of the blue. I didn't recognize her number on my phone, but I answered it anyway. I never answer for unknown numbers. But I was sitting on the couch up in the living room, and I answered, and it was her. And um, yeah, we're just talking. She was like, "Hey, haven't spoken to you in a while, or we haven't spoken to each other in a long while. I was thinking about you, wondering what you're up to and everything. How's everything going?" I'm like, "Yeah, everything's going fine." And then the conversation eventually turned into talking about relationships and such. And she was still married at the time that she had called. She was just checking up on me and seeing how things were. But yeah, we started talking about relationships, and then I talked about how, like, hey, like, I liked you. I liked you. Like, I liked you. And yeah, she was saying stuff like, well, I didn't really know that you did. And I was like, I told you that I did. And you remember what your response was? And she's like, no. I said, you told me I wasn't attractive. I've believed it ever since. That was the last time that I had talked to her. I'll be right back. Uh, no, I didn't go poo. Uh, I had a flip in the laundry. This is where I got beat on something. Got equals go. This is where I go beat on something. Oh, this is where I go beat on something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, it was easy being lonely. Easier. Obviously, when you're younger, it's like in your 20s, understandable. You feel like you got time, but you're working on yourself, you're working on your career. And then into your 30s, it's like, well, I'm trying to hold on to a job that'll pay me well enough, but it's still a struggle to like take care of yourself. But I feel like I'm running out of time to meet somebody, and I feel like because I am trying to do the best that I can to to be an adult, like I'm finding less time for all the things that I should go do. And now, into my 40s, I feel like I've run out of that time. Yeah, I don't want to be old and alone. Like, I could have been young and alone, and I was. Being older and alone sucks. Because now I have to compete with people um, half my age. And I've got very little or little, next to nothing uh, to show um, or to provide. I don't ever feel like I could have won anything. I don't know. Or no, that's not correct. I feel like I could have won, but it's like I'm convinced that I'm the one who doesn't win, as I've said before. It's like every day is a new round of poker, but I will never I'll never get that royal flush. Yeah, that's when you need to focus on yourself and what are you doing to do yourself happy. Yeah, I was doing that when I was younger. 20 years later, nothing's changed. I haven't changed. The only thing that's changed about me is that I've gotten worse. Instead of focus on what is missing or what you don't have, focus on the good things. You're healthy. I am not. You have food, I guess. You have both eyes, which are fucking failing me. And you have a roof. I do. But it's not mine. Like, I'm the dude who doesn't win. I've lost two homes. I've lived in a dumpster. I've been homeless before. Not just homeless where, oh, hey, I lost my home, so my friend took me in. No, I lost my home, so I started driving 1,000 miles across the country, fucking wrecked my car. It got towed. I had no money to pay for it. So I was dropped off in the nearest town, and I lived in a dumpster. Again, more woe is me bullshit. Yeah, a lot of our generation don't own houses. That is true. Uh, no, and like what sucks is like maybe I would have better luck meeting somebody if I had friends who could maybe like be wingmen for me, right? Like if I went somewhere, there's an attractive girl, and it's like I want to go talk to her, but I'm not sure what to say, and I know that I'm gonna make a complete and utter fucking fool out of myself, but not in a funny way, not in a not in a way where she's gonna be like that guy was really silly. Like it would be cool if he came if we ever ran into each other again. No, it'll be like this guy's a fucking weirdo. I hope I never see him again. Like that's the type of impression that I give off. I say the wrong shit all the time. I do. And friends that I make, I'll warn them too. I say I'm really good at saying the wrong things. And I don't know. I feel like I have no one supporting me or no one in my corner, you know? So if I did want to go out somewhere and I did want to meet somebody, like if I had somebody to help me with my confidence problems, if I had somebody to be there, like they've got my back and like I said, be the wingman, you know. They have uh no interest in this other person, so they've got no problem talking to them. Be like, hey, that's my buddy over there. He likes you. Wants to know if you'd like to talk sometime, or go for a walk, stuff like that. I could very easily myself just go up to somebody and do that. But like I said, I say the wrong things all the time. Uh, Nothing ever comes out right. I was living with my parents, and there is no shame on that because I was enjoying that time with them. I can't do that with mine. Like, my mom likes having me around, but my oldest brother is currently living with my folks, and it just feels weird being around him because he's constantly getting drunk. His sense of humor is way more abusive than mine. He's really mean and spiteful, and I've had already confronted him about my abandonment issues and how when we were kids he was supposed to look out for me and he didn't. Like him and my other brother, they were supposed to be there, you know. Dad left, they should have helped, and they didn't. They fucking took off too. Um, and then my stepdad, he and I get along fine, but only in small doses. I cannot live with that man. I cannot live with him. It's been proven twice that I cannot live with this guy. That's why I make the reminder focus on what you can do to be happy. If you could do more, go for it, but do not focus on what you don't have. I have two philosophical currents you need to read and understand that will help you a lot: Buddhism and Stoicism. Stoicism. I know what those are. But the thing is, if you've already accepted defeat, what's the point? I find it really difficult to be happy. I feel more negative pressure weighing down on me than happiness. I'm starting to lose my definition for happiness, or the things that make me happy. It's all been replaced by things that I could do to just kill time. Yeah, well, Will Wright won more than once. The dude was also a genius. I'm not. Not a single ability score of mine is over 8. You gotta start with 1 win. Dude, I don't have a single win. Not one. I have. Unpublished, and I'm constantly changing the rules. I'm changing everything about it all the time because I feel like it's too derivative or it's too similar to something, that it's not standing out. It's not standing on its own merits. And I understand that a lot of games out there use very similar mechanics. Hell, a lot of games out there just are built off the backbones of D&D's rules D20 system. And I don't want that. So I'm always trying to think of something different. And so for the last 25 plus years that I've been working on my TL game, I haven't been able to settle down on something that I feel confident is going to that can be truly identified as something unique and my own. I don't call that winning, man. I call that just I don't know. That's me making something and then tearing it down. Every time I build a house, I it's only then when I see its flaws, and so I tear the house down and I start over. Because it looks too much like another house. Yeah, I got my buddy Dom. Um, but like that's not the role he plays in my life. I don't have anybody in my life like near me, someone that can actually like come over, right? Who wants who wants to know what I'm working on. I don't have a friend who comes over and says, "Hey, are you currently working on your game? Tell me about it. What's new? Did you come up with any interesting lore?" Right? Because let's be real, my friends don't give a shit. That's not to say that they're being bad friends. They're fucking excellent friends. I couldn't ask for anything better. I just don't have the the friend in my life who will like get my ass into gear, right? Um, who will keep me on track and actively displays an interest in my things. No, and my friends do that, but not for me. They don't do that for me. My buddy Dom is the one that they go to. Um, they go to him for his stuff, which is all like Pathfinder games, uh, Pathfinder game stuff. So I mean, that circles round back to like I was saying. In my group of friends, I'm the one who is um, given least audience. I feel like when I try talking, I'm talked over. And if there's something I feel I can contribute to a game that we're all playing, somebody else can already do it, and usually better. I know it's hard not to listen to the voice. That's the thing. We're telling you what's up. You actually have friends, that's winning. I mean, it seems like you guys out there may be interested. And that's great. But this isn't the venue that I'd like to do all of this in. Like, I need a real connection with somebody. Someone I can sit across the table from, you know? Right now, I'm just looking at words on a screen. Someone to bounce ideas off of without having to type. Yeah, dude. I mean, that'd certainly be nice. Yeah, Faf, we are. I'm a lot like you. I'm a lot like Coma. Yeah, you say that, but you're the one with girls coming to your streams. Me, not so much. Um, yeah, it's all this, all the typical crowd for me. That's when you're like, I'm not a creeper. Have you ever played Minecraft? That's a creeper. I'm an ape, not a creeper. That's what you'd say. Um, Nah, man. I feel like I'm running out of steam. Like I had none to begin with. I just feel so fucking lonely all the time. Like right now, even. Yeah, but I don't have anything like that, dude. I don't have anything like you do. Like, I'm just myself. I have no attractive quality. I have no gimmick. There's not one thing that I am known for doing. I've tried a few things to see whether I like doing it or not. I mean, playing games is fine. That's cool and all. I don't feel like I would ever. I don't know. I don't know if I ever would find what I'm looking for playing those games. I'd just be returning to an older version of myself or a younger version of myself. Yeah, but Faf, you know like just as much stuff as I do. Like you and Dave, you guys are like just as smart as me, or if not more. Yeah? Hmm. Did you hear something? Yeah. You look tired. Want me to cradle you to sleep? Well, I mean, Again, this cat loves me this way because she, like, I've been her dad her entire life, with the exception of the first 3 weeks that she was alive. She's gonna be 17 in less than 2 months. This is a very, very healthy cat. Mhm. Too bad the mic's in the way. You guys would be able to see her a little easier. But yeah, I just have her laying on her back. She's nice and comfy. She doesn't purr very loudly. I can feel it, but I can't really hear it. I'm certain that you do. I'm certain you guys do. I often wonder if people think about me when I'm not around. I usually tell myself they don't. Yeah, but dude, that was months ago. That was over 4 months ago. Like, it's not so much that you guys aren't the type that I want, just not the type that I feel I need. Or I'm not saying that I don't need you guys. I'm saying like an online community is not is incapable of filling that hole. It's it's not able to patch up that spot where all that loneliness comes from. Like, I just wish all those feelings of loneliness would disappear. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night. Like, I don't know what else I'm gonna talk about. Kind of like talked myself into a depressing mood. This is me majority of the times. Dude, I was just listening to that yesterday. I've got 3 ELO songs on my playlist that I listen to. Mr. Blue Sky is one of them. Chat with you and Dave. Are you in a voice chat right now? I'm not even signed into Discord at the moment. I feel like there's like no hope of success for anything that I want to do. I feel like that raccoon that just walks out into the middle of the street because they see a car coming. Like there's a reason they do it. I wish I could get that stuff out of my head. It's in there all the time. Like tonight, it's 10:50 for my time. I've got nowhere that I can go. So It's always there saying I'm not good enough. No one cares. They all left you for a reason. I couldn't have taken uh, care of anyone anyway. You don't deserve a Donkey Kong. Yeah, I feel all those, Faf. With the exception of the Donkey Kong. I deserved a Donkey Kong. Not interested in Buddhism or Stoicism. I would certainly like to change my way of thinking, but I need the right person to help me along with that. I'm not gonna fucking read a book and then feel different. Last time I felt a book that changed my way of thought, it led me nowhere. In fact, I ended up losing a job because of it. Yeah, dude. Everybody already knows I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't take any sort of drugs. I'm very anti-drug. Yeah, but I don't feel like there are any little wins. There's like nothing. I don't consider any of my routine shit winning at all. Waking up in the morning, taking a shower, putting on my clothes, going to work, doing my job, grabbing something to eat, coming home. I don't consider any of those wins or victories. It's just routine. There's no victory in routine, not for me. Like I was reminded tonight of like something that I'm missing. And that's just not like I'm just missing intimacy. Not romantic intimacy or sexual intimacy. Yes, I'm missing those. But what I feel like I am missing is just general intimacy. Just spending time with someone. Not being in the same room with somebody. Because my buddy Dom and we're always in the same room together. Most of the time. I'm at my PC, he's at his. We're talking to each other about game stuff. Yeah, that's very normal. But like, real connection. Like I'm missing that human connection. Everything else in my life with all of my friends and who I talk to, it's all talk of entertainment. Movies and video games, things that I like, things that are somewhat centered around my hobbies. But I feel like I'm missing so much more. I was reminded of that when I went to my friend Kara's house and spent time with her. Just that spending time with her, that's what I'm missing. Like I want more of that with someone. See, because yeah, because the voice tells you they aren't winning. You went through 40 years of life without substance abuse, and that's not winning. How many times have you been to jail? Well, never. Never been to jail. I have escaped a squad car once in handcuffs. Uh, but I've never been arrested. No, that's just following the rules. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. Let's see. If you don't want to read a book, which books are awesome, and go to a psychologist. No, fuck that. I've been to them. Well, not psychologists. I've been to therapists and psychiatrists. I'm not doing that shit again. Every time that I've went somewhere seeking help, I've come back with medication and having been to a place that I've never wanted to go. You've been to jail 7 times and been addicted to many substances. Well, you've also had more terrible things happen to you in your life than I could ever relate to. It's understandable why you might seek solutions in places that I would never go. I mean, medications that I was being treated with for my depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and everything, that was making me sick, like quite literally and physically making me sick. They were actually making me worse. The stuff they were supposed to be giving me for like um, mood stabilizers and things like that, they were physically harming me until I stopped taking them. The moment I stopped taking them, the moment I stopped feeling physical pain, because they were actually causing physical pain. Let's see. See how much more winning in life you are than I. No, dude. Like I'm not, dude. Faf. It doesn't matter that you've been to jail or that t- uh you've had I don't know any addictions to substances. Faf, you're doing the things that I've always wanted to do that I just don't have the willpower to do anymore. Like the way that you're building your channel and implementing all these little games and stuff into it. Holy shit, dude. I'm like super fucking envious of you. What Oki's doing with his channel and creating a brand and having that audience and getting his suggestions of games to play and having movie nights, building that community. These are things that I wanted to do before too. Never did it. It is hard to fight yourself every day. That part of myself that keeps me down, that's the part that wins. Yeah, I don't know what my thing is. I thought it would be gaming. But I don't know. Like it. I mean, there are times when I am able to just like completely tune out that voice path. Like when I start doing feeling when I do start feeling like intense depression and it's affecting my ability to function throughout the day, then I just tell myself, stop acting like this. You look fucking stupid. Right? Like, stop it. It's childish and you look like a fucking idiot. Just, and then, yeah, I'm able to move on. But then I become apathetic and emotionally unresponsive. You have to go to sleep. Here's your recommendation. Make a list of stuff that I have that others don't, and focus on goals about the channel, working out. If anything, I do need to exercise. Yeah, I'm not going to go down that route. I just don't. What is it? There are people who feel like they don't have a reason to live, which is not me. I do have a reason to live. I have someone that I have to take care of, and that's my purpose. But it's kind of like that, but with following through with your dreams. Like, all my dreams and aspirations are gone. And I feel like holding on to those old hobbies and wanting to create something, like, it's just gone. You know, let me jump into the call. Later, Hammy. Ah, shit, what did I do? Okay. There we go. Alright. Sad Big Hug Man also would imaginary beer. I don't drink beer. It's good that you keep that imaginary. Well, we'll see you later, Jaime. It's like, maybe I'm... I don't know. I'm going to jump to that voice chat.
Hey, how's it going, Joe?
Hey, what's up?
We're playing Joe.
And a little bit of Joe and Mac 2 on the SNES.
Lost in the Tropics, eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
I just fucking died. God damn it. Come grab this food since I don't need it anymore.
Turn you guys down a little bit. Got you a little loud on my side.
Oh, sorry.
Are we on the stream?
Huh?
We're on the stream?
Yeah, I'm still on my stream.
Well, I'm on the stream.
I'm going, chat.
We love you.
Get my butt kicked. I don't think we can hurt those guys. I'm getting the hell out of here.
So you want to hear something funny, TL? I downloaded Borderlands 3 because we was going to play Borderlands 3 together. So all week, Dave's been freaking picking his character and like figuring out builds and stuff. And we've been talking about what characters we're going to start. And we planned it for this weekend. Yeah, we went to go play just a second ago, and like Borderlands 3 isn't cross-compatible on the Switch.
Don't go down there.
Not a lot of things are.
Yeah, so that was the whole week of just bullshit.
Faf, you gotta look into battery saves and stuff like that, or like the battery pack of the cart. It might be bad. So if you've got the tool set to open that up and maybe replace that button cell, go do that. Otherwise, if you got the physical cart, just play the actual cart if you got it.
I just ate some chicken. No! Mac, Joe.
The first Joe and Mac was always one of my favorite games to play on the SNES.
Yeah, we was gonna play it.
Yeah, I was looking for it, but we couldn't find it.
The original?
Yeah. It's not on the NSO thing. Oh, crap.
Oh, that's right. You're playing together like on Switch.
Yeah. Get up here. What are you doing? Oh, that's definitely not good.
My bad.
Me too.
So
Yes.
Joe and Mac 2 is very different from the original Joe and Mac. If you guys are familiar with that one, Oki, I have a feeling you and I had played that together once before.
Thank you.
Uh, there is there is another Joe and Mac tie-in game called Congo's Caper. Yeah, it's a single player game, but I would say like give it a shot sometime. If you've got if it's a part of your collection, Dave, I'd say give that one a shot. If you like Joe and Mac 2, Congo's Caper is also pretty good.
Dave, you're on your own. Let's go. You got it. You're win for the two of us. Congo's Caper.
Yep. Back in the glory days of Data East.
Dave!
Get back up here. Oh, damn it.
I'm going. Tell you. Yes, sir.
There we go. I made it through. Ow.
Good for you!
I feel Joe and Mac is one of those games that could come back almost in like an indie platformer sort of way. Problem is, Joe and Mac did come back a few years ago. It had a remake of its original arcade port with entirely new graphics, but very little customization of the game settings. So like there's no difficulty control, which is fine, but the arcade version is fucking brutal. Yeah, there was like no audio controls, so the game is always loud.
Okay.
Yeah, it was otherwise just like a very lackluster remake.
Tried to turn it on in the middle of the night after your parents said no gaming.
Thanks, Faf. I get you.
Bro, you just hit me. I swear you're hitting me now.
I don't think so.
That was totally that was you, man. No. Just kidding.
It's always funny when you attack each other in Joe and Mac.
Bro, you should have seen us in River Ransom earlier.
Oh, dude,
River City Ransom.
It's even better in River City Ransom.
Yeah, I was fucking killing Dave. He killed me, finally.
Just beating the hell out of your friend, picking him up and throwing him, and toss him in a pit.
Come on.
We
That was
both
some
just got
bullshit.
killed by avalanches. Yep. I played a little bit more of BG3 today, TL. We're still on Act 1, though, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Act 1 is a long part of the game.
Yeah, and we're only doing like 2 hour, like an hour and a half, 2 hour sessions.
It takes a long time playing that game.
Yeah.
There's a lot to do in it. Oh. Man, I have a feeling like I fell into this funk only because I had a good day with one of my friends. Like I've been ripped from a moment of temporary bliss.
You said what? What about your friends?
No, I feel like I'm in my current headspace right now because I did hang out with one of my friends who I rarely ever communicate with. And it's like just spending time with her and just hanging out, not doing anything special or important, just being around somebody like that.
Maybe.
And not being around that person right now is like why I'm like in my current funk, you know?
Yeah.
knew that was going to happen.
Like, Kara's a good friend. When I met her, like, 9 or 10 years ago at work, like, I even asked her out back then. And she was like, oh, no, sorry, I've already got a boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. You want to be friends? And she's like, hell yeah. And so, you know, we've been friends ever since. But it's like, now that we're talking about current affairs in each other's lives and stuff, and it's like, yeah, shit just kind of sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah, is the lady still with her boyfriend?
Huh? Oh, who, Kara? No,
I guess.
no, they,
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard that like he got a sex change or something, right?
yeah,
God damn, they fucked us up, dude.
yeah,
Yeah, they did.
he's moving out. And all I could think of is just like how fucking selfish of a decision to do that without consulting your long-term relationship girlfriend and seeing how she would feel about something like that. And also, like, you are just kind of throwing it all away. I sure as hell hope that I'm just gonna call him he, because that's how I've always known him. No disrespect to him, but I find it very difficult to call people them, they, because that's just not who I am. And it's like, I hope you find that it was worth it. And it's like, shit, man. What you had, like, you've been married once before, and then when that didn't work out, you found her, and you guys have been together for over a decade. And you've decided now that you're gonna fucking change it all. You're throwing all that away. What you've had, I've wanted my whole life. Man, that shit does not seem fair.
Yeah, man. A lot of people, you know, don't appreciate the stuff that they have right in front of them, and that's just you'll find that everywhere. Not just with relationships they have, like, you know, also, you know, other things in their life.
It's like, I'm one of those people who
Don't worry, get back at this.
I believe in the lyrics of that one song. The lyrics go, it's not getting what you want, it's wanting what you've got.
I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Not enough people want what they have and instead look to getting what they want.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are never satisfied. And like, you know, like they could have the best thing in the world right in front of them and still not, you know, and not be enough. Yeah. Life's terrible. It's not fair, that's for sure.
That's true.
Okay.
I know life's not fair, but there are some things that just really fucking stink.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So these are the different worlds, huh?
Anyway,
Each one is a different
oops,
place.
I didn't mean to go in there.
Now we're trying this world out.
Shit, I don't know what time I go to work tomorrow.
It's Sunday tomorrow, I thought.
No, today's Sunday.
Yeah, today's Sunday.
Oh shit, dog.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna check my phone.
Okay. Damn, I thought we was gonna have a boys' night. Fuck. Rumspringer. Rumspringer. All right, dude. That's all you. You got it. Clear the way. Get him. Get him, Dave.
Well, that sucked.
I can't come down. I'm stuck. I'm coming. No, it's because there was a little guy hanging out there. Hold on, I'm coming. Okay, I'll do it.
Oh.
Whoa, bird from the top. Came down and got us. Guess we can't break these fuckers, huh?
Nope. Ah, you
Yeah.
prick.
Fuck, that's all you get that meat. Get the meat. Oh, we both died? Dude, I watched Shaun of the Dead the other night.
Good movie.
Yeah, it's been a while since I'd seen that.
Oh, shit.
Hi, TL's chat. We love you. Want to say while he's gone, we love you. I think Faf said he was gonna go live.
Maybe.
I think he said it
Come on.
in the chat before he left. So you can't beat these guys.
No.
They're invincible. Can you not climb up the fucking ropes?
Apparently not. Jump to the far left, then to the middle, and then up. There you go. The key's up there.
Got the key, boy. Hello. It's me. Horrors of the deep. Bruh. Oh, hell no. Get the chicken, dude.
I was trying. Ooh.
Well, there goes my lives. That's funny. It is almost midnighty over here, though. I was gonna ask my wife if she wanted to play some Grounded tonight after my daughter was asleep. Oh, you're right back. I'm gonna go sleep. I'm putting it there, so. Joy.
Oh, come on. Game over. We lose.
No.
That was fun, though. Better than that freaking lag we were having trying to play anything else.
Yep. Not a bad game. Not a bad game. I can see it being very, very fun, like back in the day when it came out, for sure.
Right
I said I had never played it back in the game. I'd never played either of them, this or the first one.
Yeah.
Which games? What?
The Joe and Mac games. I had never played any of them back in the day. We just got a game over, and Oki was like, I can see this being pretty fun back in the day. I was like, wouldn't really know. But yeah, it's definitely fun now.
Yeah, Joe and Mag is one of those games that I could always come back to. It's certainly fun enough for me. Well-designed game.
That's something different.
well-designed levels and bosses. Just the right level of difficulty. Medium difficulty game.
Oh, here's the first one. Yeah. I thought it was on
Oh,
there.
nice. Oh, that kind of looks familiar, actually. Yeah, I remember me and Teal playing it. It's called Caveman Ninja. It's the original name, I guess.
Pose. Hmm.
Now, if you're playing,
Anything else jumping out at you? What's that, Teal?
No.
If you're playing Caveman Ninja, then more than likely it's a port of the arcade version. The levels are going to be very short. Difficulties.
When I go to the Nintendo Switch Online for Super Nintendo and select details on Joe and Mac, the title comes up as Caveman Ninja. The title card screenshot still says Joe and Mac, but the title card says Caveman Ninja.
How long would it take you to download a game that was 3.5 gigs?
Probably a while. It might also depend on what I got for storage space. Give me a second. Do I even have 3.5 gigs? The microcard has 6.9. Nice.
Well, I mean, we wouldn't be playing it. We wouldn't be playing it tonight. That game that me and my wife are playing right now, Grounded.
Okay, let me look for it.
There's a sale on it right now for $20, and I think I could gift that to you. I think you need gifts on Nintendo, can't you?
Not really. The only way to do it is to like buy it off of Amazon or something, where you'll get a digital code, and then you give me the code to enter. That's pretty much because I was trying to get Diablo 2 for TL months ago. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, it says it's cross-compatible on the Switch. Cross-platform play.
I'm skeptical.
I'm on the Nintendo website, Nintendo.com store. It says cross-platform play.
Hey, Red Show's here saying, if this succeeds, remember I had this idea for y'all. If it fails, don't mention it.
Heck yeah. Look.
What idea was that, Red Show? Podcast?
Alright, what's the name of our podcast? 3 Guys, 1 Hot Tub.
That's called Mike, shut the fuck up. Stop talking about your woes.
Nope.
I know it's a huge turnoff. I know.
Well, I mean, I think you're entitled to talk about your feelings, bro. Like, everybody wants to say, like, everybody's dealing with their own thing. Like, like everybody's got their own problems, but like, exactly. So, like, why don't you, if everybody's problems matter, then why don't yours matter? You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with getting your shit out there, dude. Better than keeping it in.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I do this.
And it's good to do it to your friends, man, because, like, we all support you and, like, we just all love you, bro. Yep. We love you, man!
If I ever did a podcast, I would be more than likely discussing games and movies and asking questions. But I have a feeling like a lot of people that I'll be talking to about this type of stuff, they They might not have any idea what I'm talking about.
Well, then they're learning. And that's cool too.
That makes it educational.
Yeah. Alright, Dave, what are we doing here? I will say my wife does want to play Grounded when my daughter goes to sleep.
It's downloading now.
You already bought it, you
It's gonna
fucker?
Yeah, it was only like $22 after the tax.
Do you have Cash App? I'll send you some Cash App.
No, don't worry about it.
You fucker!
But the
You know-
download is paused because I'm playing the Nintendo Switch Online stuff.
You know
So in
who
order
else?
for it to download, I have to stop playing Super Nintendo with you.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's end it. You know who else have Grounded?
There's a few people in the community that have it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I saw a bunch of people playing it on my subscriptions list the last week or so.
I do have it, but
Yeah.
I'm about to head off to bed here in just a second.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's probably be a while before this download. Possibly next weekend, though. Depending on what I got going.
I need.
Oh wait, no, next weekend's 4th of July weekend. I'm pretty sure people are going to be busy.
I need to go to bed and hit that mental reset.
Yeah.
Brain needs a defrag.
Yeah, it does.
AITL needs a break.
Red's
Shut
asking
down
if-
for weekly maintenance.
Red's asking if anybody saw him having supper.
Yeah, he ate pork brains. It's in the Discord.
Over mine.
15 minutes, Oki. Well, 16, but I was rounding.
This one here.
Oh, nice.
This one.
What the hell? Pork brains and 7 large eggs. Jeez Louise.
Oh, this one on my left. It's not Destroy All Monsters. That's GMK. That's Gojira Monstro Kingo Ghidorah Daikai Kaiju Saukageki. Or Daikaiju
Nice.
Saukageki. Or that's also known as just GMK. Giant Monsters All Out Attack. Yeah, Daikaiju Saukageki. Yes. That's correct.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've got a GMK right there, which is from 2001. That movie was made by the same dudes who did the 90s Gamera movies for Daiei. And then here is like an American poster for the 1957 American version of Godzilla, but this one doesn't have like Raymond Burr on the front. And then this one over here is just it's a picture of Godzilla holding a train. Or at least supposed to be holding a train. Somebody edited that out of the photo. And it says King of the Lizards. The picture of him from the 1954 original. But it's like using a different model for Godzilla rather than the suit that was used. So it looks a little more like Alligator Godzilla.
You know, I recently watched the like new Monarch series Godzilla and Kong movies.
Yeah.
Do you like those?
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It like
Yes.
not only do I have all of those movies for the Legendary Monsterverse, but the TV show Monarch was the whole reason why I got Apple Plus.
I want to watch that. I was thinking about like torrenting it because I don't want to get an Apple Plus subscription. But yeah, I did Monarch, Legacy of Monsters or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, John C. Reilly and Kong Island. That's a crazy acting placement.
Oh dude, Kong Skull Island is a fantastic movie. Of
That-
the MonsterVerse movies, it is a fantastic movie where, that monster is front and center.
Samuel Jackson and Kong's like whole beef was crazy.
I know, it's like, so Loki and Captain Marvel are on an island with Nick Fury, and
Oh yeah,
they
it is Loki.
it is Loki, it is Captain Marvel, it is Nick Fury. This is a fucking Marvel movie.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah, warning: the Kong video game sucks, dude. I've heard all about it.
I thought, dude, I've seen a bunch of videos about that being a good game, but like the PlayStation 2 game.
No, not the PS2 game. Not
Oh.
not the old the Peter Jackson's King Kong. No, there was a recent King Kong game that came out that like nobody liked. Red just mentioned that in my chat. He said, I'm gonna get the pinball tables. Hopefully they're on the sale, and yeah, we're gonna get yeah, we are big on monster movies. Warning: the Kong video game sucks on the Switch.
Damn, that's crazy.
I'd say the best monster games were the Godzilla fighting games from the 2000s, starting with Destroy All Monsters Melee, which I have for the GameCube. And then on the Xbox, I have Godzilla Save the Earth, which is my favorite of the three. And then I also have, or had actually, I gave it to my brother, but on the Nintendo Wii, I had you know what? The game wasn't all that great, so I don't even remember the name of it.
Funny.
Oh, the third game was kind of a letdown.
Tetris.
They certainly had more monsters to play as. Yeah, the GameCube one is really good. Yeah, you're right, Red.
Rampage?
No, not Rampage. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee. Destroy All Monsters Melee was a pretty big bar set for a Godzilla game. Like, that is the Godzilla game that we should have always had. A fucking fighting game. A 3D fighting game where your battlefields are the cities, and you can hide behind buildings and wreck them and pick up the smaller ones and whip them at the other monsters. Yeah. Jumping around, using your breath weapons, getting attacked by tanks and shit.
Like what is that game you play? The Isle? Like that type of control system, but for Godzilla game.
I actually had that idea once before. It's like, what if there was a game like The Isle? Where in The Isle, the whole point is you just choose a dinosaur and your objective is to survive. Go do dinosaur shit. That's all there is. That's it. Just go do dinosaur shit. There is no story. There is no plot. Just be a fucking dinosaur.
No points of interest? Anything?
Or there's like POIs in The Isle. There's places you can go to and hang out at and, go explore the island and stuff. But there's like the only reason why you would do that is to go look for more players playing as your own kind. And there are places that your dino should never go to because they're going to be ruled by players playing other dinos that want to fucking kill you. That's why they give you a navigation bar with clear migration paths. It's like, oh, your species is going to start here, but they're going to try to make their way over to this location. So that's cool. That's cool that there's actual migration paths. I do miss one of the older island maps, though. It was pretty damn big, and they never finished it. But yeah, I had that idea where it's like, what if there was a game like The Isle, where you pick a kaiju, or you might even be able to make it, or something like that. Like a little character creator, Monster Lab. And your whole objective is to just be a giant monster. Go fucking destroy some shit. And players can either choose to be kaiju or they can be military forces. not an individual dude on the ground, but like going command and conquer style and controlling an army, like a small like a unit, or maybe even a giant robot. I don't care. Like, go Jet Jaguar on that shit.
Jet Jaguar.
Punch, punch, punch.
My brother was talking to me about an old Star Trek game he was trying to remember. And he finally remembered it. It was Star Trek Starfleet Academy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I guess we used to have that on our old PC.
Yeah, with the little faux 3D battles.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would say probably one of the best Star Trek games, besides Bridge Crew, was Star Trek Borg.
Did you ever play the RTS game New Worlds?
No.
Yeah, I love that one. Star Trek New Worlds. It's like RTS. Like fucking Starfleet's colonizing new planets.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Star Trek Borg was the game that came out in the between mid to late 90s. And it was one of those one of those FMV games, right? Well, the whole game looked like it could have been an episode of Star Trek, but with completely different actors playing completely different characters. You weren't on the Enterprise in this game. But John Delancey, who plays the character Q in Next Generation, like he's kind of like your narrator who's talking to you, the player. Because what it is your character's on a ship, the Borg shows up, things go terribly wrong, and everybody dies. But then Q shows up and he's like, hey, I'm giving you a rare opportunity to change your fate. So let's go ahead and, work through this and see if it turns out differently. So the whole game is an FMV. And like I said, it looks like an episode of Star Trek. You've got to make the right decisions to propel the story forward and eventually get to the end and defeat the Borg. Changing the fate of your character. And I should say, what it is like Q comes on by and he meets your character and says, yeah, didn't it suck that your dad died at the hands of the Borg at that one time in your life? Wouldn't it be cool if you can go back in time and change it all? Oh, by the way, I'm an all-powerful being who exists outside of your timeline and can manipulate and do whatever I want to your reality. So I'm gonna go back in time. We're gonna go back in time, and I'm gonna have you possess your dad's body and change everything.
The hell?
Like that's what that story's about. And there are some really cool moments in that game where, like, you'll make a bad decision that ultimately leads to a game over, but you won't know for a while. The game just keeps playing with you under the assumption that you made a choice and the game's continuing. And it's like, oh fuck, nope, you failed. You failed like 10 minutes ago. You made the wrong choice. But the game was like, well, there's still more story to tell. Borg was a really cool game. It was one of the most interesting Star Trek games. But yeah, anytime Star Trek tries to do like space battle stuff, that sounds cool. I mean, I definitely like the idea of having more space combat in Star Trek. But also heavily leaning towards like establishing diplomacy and stuff like that. I mean, I like that as well. And man, that was certainly something Bridge Crew was missing, was being able to use diplomacy against other alien races and stuff. Would have been cool if they could do that.
Did you see that point and click horror game I was playing last night?
Yeah, dude. When Poppy Playtime showed up there,
oh fuck,
man, I fucking jumped. I was not expecting that of all things.
Yeah, me neither. Those jump scares were getting the shit out of me, especially because I'm fucking like locked into the game.
Oh, dude, I was like, that game was that game was really tense. I was just waiting for something to happen. That game really
Yeah, and
was very creepy.
it's funny because like nothing ever does happen. You know what I mean? It's not
But that's the genius
like
of it, is like it's building so much suspense and there's no payoff. At least not immediately. And then it catches
yeah,
you off guard. Like after you think, oh well, obviously nothing's gonna happen. I was scared. Oh my god! Like fucking something finally happened and I wasn't ready for it. Uh,
mhm.
what's
It definitely is like full of like atmosphere. Sure.
what sucks to Oki is that unfortunately you'll never get into the clock tower games, and that's okay.
I'm
I can live with that. Um, I remember you trying to
yeah
play Clock Tower on the SNES, and you're like, this shit is so slow, and like you walked around a few places, you're having difficulty going upstairs, and you're like, you know what, fuck this, let's play something else. I thought that was so
yeah
funny after I had recommended it so many times.
yeah. Well, sometimes I don't give games enough benefit of the doubt. I will say I will admit sometimes I quit games too fast.
Yeah, I mean, you were
But
streaming too. You don't want the stream to be dull and boring. If you I would say if you gave the game like the time of day, like outside of stream, learn how to play
mm,
it, become more familiar with its mechanics, and like if you're like, then you probably could stream the game and just fill that dead air in the game with just like talking to the camera and stuff while you're walking around until something exciting happens. Yeah. But they are cool games. Those are also like point and click horror games, just from a different perspective. The Clock Tower games, the first two Clock Tower games, the one for the SNES and the first one for the PlayStation are, I mean, they're not amazing by today's standards, but man, back in 1997, when I first played, uh, when I played Clock Tower, the first one that came out to the US, that game scared the shit out of me at 2 a.m.
yeah.
Yeah.
I tried to play the third one for the PS2 one time, but I was so lost. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I own it. Never played it. I've I've owned that game since it came out, and I've never once played it. Clock Tower 3. Well, it's funny, that's not even the third clock tower, that's the fourth one.
Wow.
They didn't start numbering them until the PlayStation. Because the very first game is called Clock Tower, and it's on the SNES, or technically Super Famicom. And then the next game in the series comes out on the PS1, and it's just called Clock Tower. And maybe rightfully so, instead of Clock Tower 2. Because even though it's a new story, it's the same character. In the one for the Super Famicom and on the PlayStation, you play as the same girl, Jennifer. Um, and then there's another game that comes out in Japan called Clock Tower Ghost Head, um, which we called The Struggle Within. Clock Tower The Struggle Within. And I was like, man, I'm so excited for this game, and I'm looking at screenshots of it in the magazines and everything, and it looks so creepy and cool. And then I play it, and it's like, this has nothing to do with Clock Tower. There isn't even a clock tower in this game. I'm not even in Norway anymore. What the fuck is this? And it's just it's just a story about like ghosts in Japan. No, that's way too simple. No, it's just a paranormal horror story taking place in Japan this time. So I had no connection to the characters. These were all brand new characters in a brand new setting. And I was hoping that there was going to be like another Scissor Man, but there wasn't. Instead, there was somebody wearing an Oni mask and wielding a knife. It's like, oh, okay. Not as cool as Scissor Man. And then
Yeah.
Clock Tower 3 comes out, and I'm watching the cinematics for that, like the behind the scenes making of the opening cinematic for the game. And I get like enthralled and enamored with it. I just have the time of my life watching the director make that. And I guess it was like a movie director, I think it was, they got to make that game. I forget. But yeah, I never got around to playing it. Again, it didn't have Scissor Man in there. It had a brother and sister scissor person team. Not the same thing though. And then what would have been Clock Tower 4 gets completely rebranded as Human Entertainment, which was purchased by Capcom, got completely dissolved by that point. And instead of being called Clock Tower, oh shit, trying to remember the name of the game. You play as a blonde-haired woman who has a dog. Yeah. What's the name of it? It's gonna bother me if I can't remember. Yeah. Haunting Ground. That's what it was.
Haunting Ground. That's familiar. Yeah, I really do like the point and click adventure games. I guess I've just after playing that one, it's got me interested in playing more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, I remember Clock Tower was supposed to be turned into a movie back in the late 2000s. Never happened though. Did Dave ever come back?
Nah,
Yeah,
I
I
think
just got back a couple minutes ago.
Oh,
All right, cool.
Grounded is finished downloading. I'm on my way to the Microsoft link to enter my code, what I can play online.
Dave,
I'm coming. Yeah, my freaking daughter's still awake.
recently trying to talk another friend into playing Grounded. Because it's like, what's Grounded? And I said, it's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but a survival game.
I love it. I love it. And we haven't beat it yet, so I really want to
It takes
see
a
the
while.
end.
Yeah, it takes a while to beat that game. The bosses you have to fight to get the things that you need to progress the story, they can be very tough.
Yeah, I mean, we just did the Haze Lab last night. Or today. I think it was today. Earlier today. Haze lava.
Did you get any burgle chips?
Yeah, we got the Haze Burgle chip.
I love how the burgle chips look like Super Nintendo cartridges.
Yeah, that's funny. You gotta blow on it first. He's like, blow my cartridge, man.
Ugh.
I'm pulling up Grounded.
Yeah, I think this is where I'm gonna call it.
All right, Dale. Have a good night.
Yep, you too. Thanks for sticking around, guys.
Yeah,
no
man.
problem.